Okay, guys, before we get started, as usual, I'll talk about the disclaimer. All the information presented in this video is for educational purposes only. You can use this information for your trading decisions, but you're solely responsible for your decisions. So, having taken care of the disclaimers, a lot of things are going on in the market. One is the inflation. The inflation, we had a good and the bad news. The good news was the wholesale didn't go as much as expected, but the CPI numbers were not that great. So now we are looking at even zero rate cuts for the year. And but the job market has been really strong, with 60% of the job market in the healthcare and in the government sector. So, and as usual, tech has been not so great. In fact, we are hearing more layoffs happening as we speak. So everybody is laying off and those kind of things. So now the bigger question is the SPY trend broken? The answer is yes and a no. If you look at this chart, how do you say that the trend is broken? If you look at this whole, you are able to see my screen, right, guys? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. If you are able to see my screen, you see there is a cloud here that is being drawn, which is an 8 and 21 cloud. That means it's an EMA 8 and 21. If you look at this whole thing, it has been always keeping it above 8 and 21 on the daily chart. But as of now, if you look at this chart, this 8 and 21 cloud has become very thin and it has broken it. That is why we see on the Twitter that the trend is broken, those kind of things. But having said that, the first day it has fallen below this 8 and 21, and it is at the Fibonacci and it is at the Bollinger Band low. Bollinger Band is usually expands, it's nothing but a measure of the implied volatility. But that I would not be worried about it. But the key part here is it went below the baseline, and also the Ichimoku, if you look at it, it went below the trend. But if you look at the weekly chart, it is still strong. But one thing I wanted to tell you, the cloud has been very strong, indicating that the future is pretty still good. It's not showing us that it's going to become red yet. But having said that, here, if you look at this Chiku span, the Chiku span has also converging it below the price, but it has still stayed above the price here. So once it starts going below this one, then that's a sign of indication that, hey, we are getting to the markets, bad market. But the weekly is a little bit lagger in the sense it lags on this thing. But again, it is up to you. The daily chart is like a very fluctuating chart. It can come back and it can go down, right? So that's kind of a thing. Now, look, if you look at this chart, it went here and it came back and it is like vacillating between this. I've drawn this trend line between the lows. So where could it go? The first support is here at around this one, which is around 505. If this crosses this, then we are hitting at this line, right? Which is 492. So we don't want to do that, but we wanted to see bouncing from here to here, which is 523. And then the next stop would be the 532. That is what I've been talking about all the time. So my thing is maybe we would see this happening next week to 506. That is what I'm thinking. That would also coincide with the Ichimoku here, which is 507.66. But if you see the whole 821 cloud, that's a lot more, just 492. That is coinciding with the Ichimoku cloud, which is at 490. So these are the levels that you want to look into. So having said that, if you are in the market, you want to be as light as possible, and you want to see if it gets into these lines and it wants to get away from these lines. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to tell. So
Would it be any advisable to get into puts, SPY puts?
Puts, the puts is like, I don't see the range here, a lot of range here, which is 506, 505. If you want to play this short levels, then yeah, you can play. But I would say sometimes it's better to sit on hands and just wait for this moment to happen and see if you see a 2-day break, 2-day things on this and wait for it to for play here. The reason why I say that is if you're playing for smaller things, there's a very let's say you get caught up in work or something, and these moves will be very, very fast, right? So it's going to be very, very volatile. If you see the VIX has been like crazy. It has gone to the top and it has come back. The one good part about it is the VIX didn't cross this line. If you see that, this is the supporting line that I've drawn here. The VIX stayed below this line. It went up to 1731. So now where is the next support is the question, right? So if you look at this, it can go to this next level, which is around this area. I'm drawing, so it can go back to this cloud, which is at like 1511, right? So this is what we want to see. So my concern is if the VIX starts dropping, then again we might see SPY going above here to 523 area. That is what we were targeting initially when it started here, but it can go up here. And if you see here, it has formed a three-wave correction already. So will it touch this point is the question that we have, or will it rise from here to here? That's what it is the question. But either way, this is the line that it needs to break, which is 523. If it can stay above 523, then we would have a great move. Okay. But having said that, let's see what happens. The VIX, if it retraces, then we might see the higher move to 523 before it can go, or it could go up to here. But either way, 532 seems to be a very, very strong resistance at this point of time. Why I will tell you that, basically, let's look at this chart here. I have drawn a line from here to here, right? Let's see what is the top line here. This is 473.73. This is 474.92. This is 475.89. So when can it reach that? That's the question I'm thinking about. So this is the line we are talking about. So we are looking at initially it might go up all the way, or like here within another 10 candles. That means we are talking about by end of this month, right? April 26 is 541. I don't think we have that leg. So 538 it seems to be a reasonable, which is the middle of it. So that is like in the next 5 to 6 candles, right? So what I'm expecting is when everybody is expecting a down market, the market can surprise us and it can rise up to this level and people might think, oh, it is going up, now let's get in. And that's when we drop it. So keep watching, don't add anything new, but even if you are adding, then watch out for these levels, folks. That's what I'm trying to say. So why I think the market can go up in the next 2 weeks, there's a reason behind it. Because the semiconductors have started reporting now, right? But the ASML.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. I'm sure that this quarter also they would have very good results and they are already suppressed. So they need to reach the levels. So this is about SPY. Now let's look at QQQ. QQQ is also looking very, this one, if you look at it, there is a level here, which is 434, which can hit that. If it can hit that, it gets to the 50% retracement. 50% retracement, and where could it go? I don't know. These lines are looking very, very huge, but I am looking at where it could go, right? So let's look at this line, one more line here. So this is the line I'm talking about. So I don't know, it can go here very fast, 463, and this move, if it needs to happen, the semiconductors are the key, right? The QQQ semiconductors, if they move fast, they can hit it here. So the double intersection line is here, folks, 463. So 434, if it breaks below that, we are looking at 422, right? 422, and if it breaks that, we are going to 394. But I'm doubting there will be one more big move before it falls, right? So that's what I'm thinking, because with the Meta and everybody releasing, so they want to see some highs before they fall, right? That's what I'm thinking. So keep your fingers crossed. We'll see how the market moves. The first level that we need to see is cross the EMA cloud. The cross the EMA cloud, which is at 442. Remember the 442 levels that I have been talking all the time? The 442 levels, it has to hold. It went up here, it didn't hold it. It went back. So this looks like it wants to go up for me. So, and this level seems to be a right level, guys. 463, 464. 462.50 is the levels that we are talking about, which can happen very, very fast. Okay. So again, I'm not speculating here, but the key is it needs to cross 442 first. 442, that means it crosses EMA cloud, it crosses conversion and everything. If you draw the line here, it is, remember, 457, 462. So this is the next week, which is also coinciding on the weekly. So whenever you see this kind of a pattern, it tries to touch this line and fall back. So which is the next line is a 394. You see this on the weekly chart? I'm showing the weekly chart now. Are you able to see that, which I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So this is the line we are talking, and it is above the conversion, folks. So there is a very good possibility that it can go. So sometimes when the market is panicking, we need to remain calm and see what are the levels here. So there is a one more week. That's what I've been telling. There is like we are nearing the very fag end. So there would be one more week, I believe, 463 to reach that area and then come back. Though this has to be a monthly expiry, we might see a cross view. Maybe I'm wrong, but I somehow feel looking at these charts, it makes me feel there's something going on here which we don't anticipate, right? That's what it is. Okay, now the other one is one thing which has been broken all the time is IWM. IWM, you see this, it broke through all the lines. Let me, for your information, let's draw the lines again one more time so that you learn how to do this. And folks, it's as simple as that. In trading, it's not about how much you win. You've got to be the best loser. And I would highly recommend you read that book called Best Loser Wins. It's one of the phenomenal books that I've read in the recent times. He talks about how he's very good at losing. That helps him to stay in the game. Okay, so it's not about how good you win, but how good you are at losing. Though that is, I know it's a contradiction to in our field of work, but that's how it is, folks. Trading is a different ball game. Okay, that's how it is. And now look at this chart. This chart is a little different. You see here, if I draw from here 199 to so this is like this chart. If you look at it, it has broken down to and it has come to this mid-level Bollinger Band, and this is what it is. So now, where does it go from here? If it rebounds from here and goes to the top, let's see if it can it or no. That's the question. I'm first drawing it at the top level, and let's go. You see that this is the top, all the all-time top form, right? So I am drawing a line from there to here. If it rebounds along with this, that has a very strong resistance at this point, folks, 210, right? So that's what it looks like. If it rebounds, so this is the high it went to. So let's say it only went, let's go there. That's one thing. If it crosses that, where could it go? So if it crosses that, we are looking at this level. What is the next level? The high you can see. Is it the high or this is the high? I'm not sure. Yeah, this could be the high. So this is this is also not the high. 212.25. So because this is high is how much? 210, 211.88. Okay. So you see this, folks? You're getting what I'm doing, right, Oscar? Hello?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
The lines, right? I mean, you asked me some technicals. I'm just showing you how to draw this. And then the next one you want to draw is the channel. So there's a heavy resistance here at the 212 area. So that is what we have to look. It might bounce from there. If it goes below this, then we are looking at a much more higher lower level. So how much did it bounce out to? So let's draw the Fibonacci now. The Fibonacci is 75. So we are looking at this level, folks. So let's see, this is the higher high, 177, 176, 170. Yeah. So let's take this and this. So this is the level, folks. If it goes here, we are looking at 222 or something like that. So that's what it is looking like, folks. So this is a weekly chart again. I'm not drawing the daily chart yet, but again, it coincides with everything. So you see here, it is the level we are looking at. So there is going to be, but the key here is it needs to break through this line, which is 199. If it doesn't break from there, then we are looking at lower levels. Okay, that's what it is. Hope that makes sense. So IWM has been very broken, but we'll see in another 3 weeks or 4 weeks if can it go there or not, and those kind of things. The next one I wanted to talk about is NVIDIA. NVIDIA, if you look, I'm looking at the daily charts to get a little bit perspective. So there are two ways this can go, folks. It is below the baseline, so we might see one more level down to 857 before, or it can go up to the 958. So that is what it looks like. So it has started from there, it has come there, but usually this is called the wedge, folks. When it's in the wedge, what happens is it hits this and it goes back to the thing. So I'm assuming that it will go first to the 956 area and then it will come back to this level before it goes up. So it's at 62.5, so it can go up to 1000. The 1000 is the level that it needs to break in. So I'm assuming that it could go up here and then it will come back here. So this, but if it goes here, you have to remember this is a triple top, which is very scary situation. Will it have legs to go up? Is the question that we have to ask ourselves. Okay, so triple top, and then it goes down here. If it breaks through this, we are talking about severe levels, which are like at the very see, it keeps on going. You keep on drawing this from the swing lows, you will know the next levels where if it breaks through this level, we are talking about this level for 639. Okay, so you got to, so the best time to play the put is when it crosses 800. You are looking at this level. Okay, so that is what you got to play like. You have to play like where I can get the maximum profit for the money that I invested. Okay, so those kind of things you need to think about, and this is where you can get the maximum leverage. So, but this level breaking will take it very short to 807, and then it will rebound here, then it will come back. Always it will be 3, 2, those kind of things. So it will not go all in the same straight line. So it will go up a bit and then come down. Okay, that's all it is. So any questions here, folks? Should we go? So I am feeling Nvidia will stop at 957, and then we might have to see a lower low. So Nvidia, that's the thing. The next one is which I want to talk about is ASML. ASML is also following a similar pattern. So you see this, it already went up this much, and then it didn't go up all the way, right? So there's a wedge, it broke through this wedge and it is going through this. So now where can it go? It formed a triple bottom. You see this 1, 2, and 3 triple bottom. So which is a good sign for a bullish signal. So now where is it? It's at 25. And where is the next line? That's the 62.5. Will it make this big move? I don't know. But the next level of support could be it has to break through this line, which is this line, which is 62.5, which is at 961. It needs to break through the 1008. Sorry, the 1008 is the next level. If it breaks through that, then we are looking at a bigger move, which is at the 162.5 retracement. Okay, so ASML is reporting this week, and which is reporting on April 16th, folks. April 17th. So today is what, 14th, right? So April 17th is what we are looking at. So that is the next level move which we are talking about. Then the next one which I want to talk about is, so but again, all it depends upon whether it can cross this level 1008. That is the question. Now the next one is NVIDIA. Okay, Microsoft. Microsoft, what is happening, folks? Microsoft is struggling here with these levels. It couldn't break through these levels, folks. So that is what it is. If you see in the weekly chart, this is what it is. But I feel somehow the next week it didn't touch this line. It went below. I feel this is the line that we have to look at, basically to get there to 442. So that is the level that it might need to touch in before the earnings, before it starts falling down. So that's what I'm looking at. And it went from 87.5, so it needs to at least touch 434.12 and this level 437, right? That's what it is looking like. So I'm feeling, getting a feel that this is going to be around this level unless it didn't make that move. So it needs to form a 90-degree angle, 408, 418, 428, 438. So this is the level, this line, I wanted to touch this line. So which can happen this week. That's what I'm thinking, folks. So or the week after, which is where the earnings are. So the next 2 weeks are the key for the market. Either this week or next week, we got to see. But again, looking at SPY is looking like it needs to get to this 5. It might go down here and then come back next week to get to this well. I don't know. So this looks like 6 candles, 7 candles, 8 candles. So 8th candle is 540, but I'm thinking between 532 and 539, That's a midpoint, which is how much is it? 532, 7 points, so 535. So 535 is somewhere around here. So 4 candles. I'm not sure about this, folks. So wherever it goes, it should go from here. That's what I'm thinking. So let's see what happens. But we might have a position to go here. So the next one is Meta. Meta is like still very strong in the sense it couldn't go to this line, which is 548, and the next week is 575, which is very, very strong. So I don't know where it is planning to go. But if I drew a simple 1 second, let me draw it again, make clear all these lines for you. And I'm going to draw this again, right? So this is the low we have. And if I draw from low to low, so this is the low, and what is happening? So is it going to go down is the question. So it went for 2 weeks and then it is planning to go above this. Okay, and it formed here 25. So it went up to here. So there is a I don't know about this, but it is bullish on both. It is above both the Ichimoku cloud and these kind of things. Does it have a big move? It's a question. So it went to 25% retracement for the earnings. It can have a big move. But let's see, sir, folks. I'm not keeping my fingers crossed on this. So it went for 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the weekly chart. It is going here. And where is the high of this? High of this is somewhere here. So if I draw this line, it did touch this line. So which is no, it didn't touch this. So 535 seems to be a valid. Oh, it went to 531. So I don't know. So this has already touched this line. So we are looking at a then the next line, it didn't break through this. So it didn't break through this. So then we are looking at where? We are looking at the down line, which is 490. So this is where it is going there. So yeah, folks, so it is not crossed this one, it touched this one. So the next line is that, this is the all-time high, right? Here, yeah, this is the all-time high. So it went here. So Meta, I don't know, there's the Bollinger Band 578. So that's what it is. So let's see. Then if I take away that and draw it up to here, then what are we looking at? Then we are looking at, what is this? So we are looking at a very, very big ones, right? So because that's what it is looking like. So I don't know. This is very confusing for me. But for me, this seems very plausible. 562 or 575, right? These are the areas that we are going to look at. So that's what I'm thinking, folks. 575. Not more than that is not possible. So yeah. So let's see what happens, folks. If it goes further down, right now it's looking bullish. But if it goes further down, then we have this target, which is 490. And then from there, it can go up. So next week, it can go down and then it can pick up for the week after, which are not sure. So let's see the price action, what happens. Then the next one is Netflix. Netflix, again, the same thing. I'm trying to draw these lines on the weekly so that we see something interesting to see. All right. So this is a beautiful chart. Netflix has been going up. So you see this, it has gone from here to here and it formed a third triple bottom. So now where is it going? So it's at 50% and we are looking at 642. So 642, is that correct? Yes, it looks like that's what it is like. So if I draw this line, yeah, so or we are looking at, so if it goes here, so we are looking at 137.5, which is 662, folks. So this guy can pick up to 662 and then retrace a bit before it going to 670. So this is what Netflix is. Netflix is beautifully in the channel. So Netflix is raising. It just needs some more time. So by next week, if you play April 26th, which happens to be the next week is the earnings. So the earnings is on April 18th. So by that time, we should get to 660, folks. So we might see it going down to 616 or something, which already it went, and we might see it, and then we will see this rise here. Okay. So Netflix is a thing to watch. We might see it going upward. Then the next one is Apple. Apple, I don't see any moves here because it's in the trend. It just went to the top of it and then it's trying to go down. It has a lot of legs to go down on the weekly. But if you look at the, I'm trying to remove all the lines here, folks. Then what I'm trying to see is what is the thing that where it is it going? So if you see here, it broke down through this level and it is like, it's a solid move. So where is it going? It is going to 182.94, which is coinciding with this guy, folks. So this is the line it is trying to reach, 182.94. That's where it is planning to go. Let's see if I draw a Fibonacci here. So we are looking at 185. We are looking at 185 for the Apple, folks. So that's where it is looking to go, and that is coinciding with somewhere here. I believe so. Somewhere it should coincide, but not, but even higher. So that's what it looks like. So that's what we are looking at. 185 for here. That's what I would go for here. Okay. So, but again, it needs a lot of time. It fell for a lot of weeks. So it needs to go down and then go here. So somewhere here. Okay. That's what it looks like. It's not going to go in a straight line. That's what I'm feeling. Any questions here, folks, before we proceed? Someone here? Or am I the only one? I don't know.
We are good. We are good, Shin.
Oh, who else is there? Okay.
So
Chandra?
you are not bullish on Apple yet?
No, I haven't opened a position. Yeah, I didn't open anything on Friday. I was just like, Friday is the one it broke out, basically. So
Right.
basically, you want to see it coming back to this line, which is 170. The third day, it is going to come to 173. You want to take a risk there because you want to keep your risk reward ladder, and it can fly to 187 or something like that. So yeah, that's what it is. So Apple, that's what we want to see. But let's see what happens. But I wanted to see it to come to 173 once a little bit, and then we can open a position. Okay, maybe this week. Make sense?
Yes.
All right. So Meta, we already saw Meta. I don't see Meta is beautiful because if you see one more thing I wanted to talk about is Meta here. You see that this is more than the breakout thing. So it went here up on this. But where is it going after that is the question. See, always draw this wedge, folks. This wedge will tell you where it is going, right? So the wedge will tell you where it was going. That's why when we entered here, this one took off here, right? And then it started falling down. Now if it's staying above the wedge, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the eighth day, then again the next one is Fibonacci 13th week. 13th day, what happens, that kind of a thing. So, but not much of a, like, can it go all the way up is the question that we have to ask ourselves, or it's going to break through this. That's why I was not sure about Meta. What else did we miss, folks? Tesla. Tesla is another one. Tesla is, my God, they have drawn too many lines here. Let me delete all of them. I just wanted to make sure you guys also get the technicals this time because the market is going to get hazy and wanted to learn also these things. So Meta is also here a little bullish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But look at this, the market doesn't move. One thing you want to see is when you draw these lines, and you also want to see it above 8 and 21. It went here from 173 to 179, but it didn't go anything above that, right? So the other thing that you want to draw at this point, hey, it broke through, then what? Then you are trying to draw this line. Then you are saying, okay, it went to 12.5. So where could it go? It could go somewhere here. 12.5 can go to, wait a minute, 160.51. And then we have here, what? This is 160. 51, and this is also 160. Wow, did you see that, folks? It formed a double bot, same at the same level it closed on both the days. Am I seeing this or only you are seeing 160, 51? So that's what it is. And then we want to see this here. So the thing is, it wants to go to 188 foot. That's what the level is. So where it will go, it will wait for this level, the 188, which is coinciding here. That means we are talking about another 5 candles for the Tesla. So it can go there, but we'll keep a watch if it breaks through this line also. Okay. Okay. And when would you want to enter? The other way to look at it is, you know what, if you don't want to draw the line, some people you can draw from all the all-time highs also. That's also another way. See how these things, it wouldn't make a big difference, but let's see. Yeah, it makes a big difference. See that? Basically, you have to cross this line, right? You have to cross this line and then you grow to this. So whenever you're drawing the board, the top to top, I would recommend you to draw from the all-time high because that will give you a clear indication whether it crossed through this. Only if it crosses through this, we have to go through it. So Apple also, let's see if I draw that one. I didn't draw from all-time high last time. So what is the all-time high? 198, 199, right? So let's remove this to be clear. So what I'm trying to do here is, let's try. So it definitely broke through folks. So it broke through this 174 line and then it went to, so it can go to 188. So that's where, that is the level we are talking about. And that 188 can coincide with your Fibonacci. And that's what we are looking at. This is the line. This is, so it can go in the next 3-4 days. We can hit there, right? 7 candles it's saying. So if you buy next week calls, April 26 calls, then you will be fine. Then their earnings are on May 2nd. In fact, you can buy the earnings, but that's going to be very expensive. I don't think with the way SPY is positioned, with the all-time high, we don't have that kind of a time because the SPY can go here or here, right? That's what it is. Okay. So what else did we miss in the Max 7? We finished Nvidia, we finished Tesla, we finished Apple, Meta, Netflix. What else? Amazon.
Google.
Amazon is retracing here. It reached the 189, that's the 160. See, always remember, folks, this is called the golden ratio, the 189 area. If it retraces from here, then you want to be careful, right? So you don't want to get there. So that is what it broke through this line. So it went to 189.38 the other day. 188.38? No, it didn't reach that. Okay, so it might reach here 189.38 and then go from there. But if you see here 183, I feel it has a little bit move, but I don't know. Let's see. Now let's see. The lines are coinciding here, which I've drawn with the weeklies. If it breaks through this, it can go to this line, which is like 199.200. So let's see where it is going. So that's what we want to see. So the best way to draw this is, let's see the bottom line. If I see the bottom line, let's see always if we can get a triple bottom. The triple bottom will be somewhere here, or it didn't hit the triple bottom at all. So that, no, what am I doing? Okay, so this is a nice triple bottom which we found here. So it is like coinciding. So where could it go from here? So that is one thing you can see. Still it is at 188.38. So that is the level that you want to see. It might retrace from there before it goes above. Okay, that's what it is. So now what else? Amazon, anything else that we missed?
Hey, Srini, the halving was April 13th, right? So that was.
What?
Remember the crypto halving?
Yeah, April 8th, right? The crypto halving, usually what happens is, I know what you're talking about, but the crypto halving, you won't get the immediate results. Like, basically, usually after halving, it falls and then it rises. That's how it is. So if you look at here, right, let's take, for clarity's sake, I'm taking the daily chart. because now it has gotten very volatile, right? So
Okay.
basically, if you see here, if you are here, you see that this broke through this line, right? So the next levels where we are seeing is, if I draw these bottom to bottoms, right? From here, here. So remember the 50,000 level I was talking about all the time? Anybody, do you remember that I was talking about the 50,000 level? Hello? Nobody?
Don't,
Okay.
don't,
Okay.
yeah.
That is where it is planning to go, I believe. Basically, the 50,000. See, this is like a psych number, and from there it will rise up to this level. That's what I feel. So, I may be wrong, but I think I would not touch BTC until it gets to this level. And then from there, we might see a move. And even from there, ideally speaking, we should see 47 something. And then from there, we should see that move to 95,599. That's what it looks like for me. So close to 100K. So, or even to touch 100K. I don't know. So, but definitely people are waiting for these levels. That's where it is going there. So it has broken down through entirely. You see this, it has gone into the cloud and it has broken down entirely. But here it has not broken down on the weekly, but on the daily, it has broken down through this. The next stop is the cloud, and then it will try to go, and then it will come here. That's what I'm thinking about, folks. Okay? Make sense or no? Okay.
Yes. Did you discuss Google?
Sorry? Oh, yeah, Google, yeah. I'm sorry, we talked about Google. Google beautifully went up. We made some money last week. But let's talk again. I want to remove all these lines. I'm drawing this in front of you because so that you can see what I do all the time, right? So basically, I'm trying to find a place where you could find a triple bottom, triple bottoms, right? Because that is the pot which you want to see. So beautifully, you see this. This is the triple bottom that we found out, right? Because it broke through this line, right? So now let's say if I draw, I'm going, okay, let me do this. Sorry, folks. Okay, now if I draw this line, where is it going? It went to 12.5 and it is going here. So it has a little bit moved to 163, or let's say what is the top of it? Top is here. 141, then what? 141 or 141, 22, 141. Okay, let's draw from here. 153.78. Okay, so look at this, folks. This is where it is looking at 163. So you might find if you see Google going down, you might see, if you see this, it came here, it went here, then it came back here. So this is how beautifully it works. So once you find the one that has a triple bottom, you can always play that. So then you can say, okay, from here, where is the next line? So the triple bottom, then it can go here. That is 12.5. So it can go, the earnings is here. The earnings is like it can go up to here. So that is 165, folks. So it still has a little bit move here, but play with the earnings, folks. In fact, play 1 week after the earnings. So that will be May. The earnings is on when? April 29th, April 25th. So May 2nd or May 10th calls will work for you to make this move. And that's how it is. So Google is still looking at an uptrend. Okay. What else? So similarly, BTC also, if you see the triple bottom, you want to see this triple bottom in here, and then you want it to rise. If it rises above this line, then it again gets bullish for. So basically, it went to 60,505. No, it didn't go. So if it goes above this line, then we might see an 82, right? So this is the key line that you want to look at and see if it breaks through this line. Okay, that's what it is. Make sense?
Yes, yes, it makes sense.
Ethereum USD, same thing, folks. Let's remove this line. Let's make it very simple. And again, it has broken down to. And one thing I've been telling you this also a lot of time. Basically, if it is below the cloud, don't even get there because the moves will be rapidly fast, right? So basically, that's one thing. See this one, this went below the cloud crazily. So if you look at it, this will give you the support lines, folks. You see this, then the next line of support, this is like what, 2172, and what is this, 2097. So that is where it is, folks. Oh, not support. Oh, sorry. My bad. So 2500. This is the level I was talking about before too. So 2500, 2380. So if you are at 2500, folks, that is the right spot to buy it. I mean, if you have enough cash, buy it there, and then just wait for the market to bring up, and then there'll be tons of money to be made. I believe that this level will sustain, and it will go to 4316 minimum. That's what I'm feeling. 4,500 would be the next level. If it breaks, if it taking longer, then we can go to 5,000. Okay, so that's what it is like. It is going to form a higher high. Okay, so that is the level that we are talking about. So that so far we talked about anything that you want to talk other than this. Let's see any good earnings, folks, this week. My favorite earnings whispers. Netflix is reporting, oh, Mr. Mahesh has bought TSM. Let's see how TSM looks. Is it conducive for us to buy? I mean, nothing to Adin Chapan suggest Mahesh, but I'm just trying to see what did he see that we could look at it. Okay. Okay, now here it goes. This is beautiful. The chart looks very nice. So did it form a triple bottom? Can anybody tell me? Not yet. If I draw this line, it's not triple bottom, right? So yeah, you see this, folks. Basically, if you had drawn this line, it is struggling with this line, right? So you want it to cross this line. If it crosses that line, TSM, then we are looking at how much you're looking at from a 37.5 to 153 is the first target, and then the next target, if it crosses that, then let's see where it goes. So this is the thing. So semiconductors, if it goes like crazy, like what we see, then we are looking at crazy moves. But I don't think we are very close to that. But look at this. This is the target we want to see. So this is all-time high. If it crosses this, we might see here. I'm thinking 153 would be an ideal target for that. If it goes beyond that, then we'll see what happens. But 153 would be my first target for that because it touched 137.5, which is 37.5. No, 133, 139, 145, 151. Yeah, 150. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So
Is there a chance it can fall?
yeah, if it doesn't hold up against this wedge is the key, folks. If it remains below the wedge and this line, then it can fall. It can fall up to this line, 128.83. That's what. Let's see the next level, right? It's very easy to see that. So the next bottom is here. And where is the next bottom? So if it falls below that, we are talking about this level. Let me support. So the next support is here, 110. That is the reason why I've been telling we are looking at a huge. We are looking at the next the falls now. So there are not much opportunities here because all the stocks have gone up, right? Even Nvidia, we were talking about the highest. If it forms this 955, we are looking at triple tops, right? Which is not a good sign, right? Usually at the triple top, it starts falling down. So that's what it will look like. So 955 is the level that it was. So let's look at other ones. Netflix, here some GS. Goldman Sachs went up high. We made a lot of money on it, but then we saw this going back within the week. So let's look at the daily charts. What is happening here? Did it form a triple bottom? That's the question I always ask myself. So the triple bottom is the level here. Oh, this looks beautiful. If it crosses this line, right? If you see, no, sorry, I'm not drawing it correctly. Let's elongate it further. So let's see. Yeah. So you see this line, folks, it broke through this line. If it can stay above this line, 389, 391, right? Where could it go? That's the question we always ask ourselves. So this is the line we draw. So what happens if it came to, it didn't touch yet 386.14. So that's one thing. And where is the top? This is the top. So the next wedge, we have to draw the wedge here. So this is the wedge that we are drawing here. So this is the level, folks. If it crosses through this, if it starts from here, it can go to here, which is 417. And if it crosses that level, what is the next high here? Anybody, any high here? 392, 392, 397. 395, 396.79. Okay, let's draw a line from here. 419.20. Yeah. So if it can cross that line, then we are looking at 442. So, but again, I don't know if it's going to cross this line. Again, this is like we have to first it has to cross this line, and it has to cross this, and then we have to see this level. Okay. So, but this is the critical area which it has to cross 417. But first, it has to cross this line, which is like on Monday. If I see any signs of it going above this line, then I will play it to get to 417 for the earnings. Okay. So the earnings is on what, pre-market or post-market, folks? Pre-market. So mine it's tomorrow morning. Okay. So we don't have much time here. So we have to see tomorrow. We'll know immediately if it crosses this, then we can play this. Okay. So keep a watch on this, folks. This can give a good move. The very good thing about it is if it doesn't move, I don't think it will move big into tomorrow because it's being Monday. But the implied volatility will also drop. The prices will drop after the earnings. So if it moves from here, we'll have a good move here. Okay. That's one thing. Then, UNH. That's also a good company. What do you think about UNH, guys? First look, what does it tell you?
I think
Anybody?
I think it fell pretty big, so it might go up on earning.
It's really bad, right? That's what it is. But it is like but when I see this, what is this? Why I don't have anyway, I'm not a big fan of indicators, but I don't see any breakouts here. First of all, it's below this EMA and all these things, right? We don't want to get there. What about GS? GS is also below EMA, right? Basically. Yeah, it is also below EMA. Oh, one more thing, folks. When you see this moving up, it's not going to go in a straight line. It is going to come here, 440. Then the next stop will be 404. Then only it will go here. So always remember that. Not going to be one straight line beating up all of these things and going down. There's a reason why it fell so much, right? So you got to give enough time for it to go that way. Now UNH is also very similar. So remember I was telling you the best way to draw these lines are from the top, all-time tops, and you have to see where this is going. So you see here, this is the high 495.73, 495.87. So if this is the top, where is it going? So you want to see this guy going above this. So is there any other top here or see this? So you wanted to cross this line, right? Which is 439, 440, then to get to this level. So you don't want, then we want to play to this level. Do not play at this level, folks, to hoping that, oh, this is going to go up and down. No, that's not the key. You want a breakout to happen. You don't want to you want to trade only what you see, right? If you see a breakout like Apple is a classic, right? You see that Apple, you see the breakout. Now it's a good place to play. So now you know that this is going, but I don't like this personally because it's below the cloud. But still, we don't have a lot of choices here in this market, so this looks better. So we can play this still because it's looking okay. But I want to see personally 173. I told you that. So UNH is also looking bad. It's below the cloud on the daily. So don't play without anything. At least you want a breakout to happen. Okay, that's what I wanted to tell. Then UNH, then what else? ASML, we already talked about. UAL, man, lot of good earnings, man. I have so many earnings. UAL, what is going on? Oh boy. UAL is also below the EMA. I don't want to play this because it's really bothering me. In fact, I would highly recommend not to play these things because they could be very, very slow. If you see here, if you're from the all-time highs, it is like pretty bad, right? So you see this. What happened here? Oh, sorry, my bad. Anyway, this is not a good sign because we don't want to play all of them. So this is the all-time high. So we wanted to, so it might go up to here. But if you want to play this one to this move, $48, at least wait for it to cross these things, $45, so that you can play this. Because even this can be considered a breakout, folks. Breaking the conversion 2 days above the breakout. Even those things you can consider as a breakout and play. But do not play without any kind of breakout. Nothing, if not breaking anything, then don't break. It's okay to miss a move, but you don't want to capture the whole move, but you want to get some bite of the move, okay? That kind of a thing. And what else? Anything that you want to see, folks? Anything that you see promising here?
Yeah, we are here. You already covered most of it. So.
That you like, any personal stock that you see here that you want to take a look at? Oh, I wanted to talk about MS a little bit. MS is like a classic. It was broken down, but I think this is going to go up with the GS. I think financials are going to have a good move. I feel because 83. Because they just took it for a ride. There some news came, some legacy news, and they just brought it up. So I don't know, that move I feel is a very jerk move. Somebody wanted to capture the earnings, I believe. So if you look at this has just broken down below this, and it was coming up it was formed a green candle. And when does it report? It reports on April 16th. So we have 1 day. If GS reports good, this guy is going to go up here, and then see this. So this will be 12.5, and this is the area that we want to go, $96.25. So that is where it might move. How am I telling that? Because if you take this all-time high, is this all-time high? 94.40? No, not that. So, okay, this is the first step. So this is where it went last time and it fell down, folks. You see this? This is a classic. It touched this and it went here. And it didn't break out through this one, 94.80. Wow, this is good. I didn't realize this. Okay. Then it went up to here. And then the next move, the next lower move will be here from here. So the next move it can go is here. That is $100. So 100 is a psychological number and it can go there. So in the next 13 candles it's showing here, but I don't know. So that is what happened, folks. So if it closes above this, keep a watch on this, folks, the MS and GS. If it closes above this line, then you might have a big move to 94.80. Okay, that's what it is. Can anybody keep track of these things? Who can indicate tomorrow? Who wants to take that responsibility? Tomorrow morning.
Just mention the earnings.
Yeah, GS about earnings, whatever we are talking about, can somebody keep track of that and bring a notification, notify in the group, hey, what is happening to they are reporting tomorrow, something like that. Whatever we are,
Yes, yes. Sure, sure.
who is this? Anil?
Anil, yeah, this is Anil.
Yeah,
I'll do.
you can, right? Yeah, just send an alert. Say, put an alert,
Okay,
say earnings on this one. We talked about it in last, something like that. But Netflix
sure.
we talked about already. Netflix is a beauty. It is a triple bottom thing, which we already talked about. For those of you who joined late, this can go up, right? It is beautiful for the earnings. I would recommend you to stay in this earnings, and you can form a bigger move here, right? It can go to this point, right? Its earnings is 18, so we can see a move up to 663 at least, okay, or like a little bit 670. So this is a this will move up. That's what I'm seeing. And what else? What else, folks? Any earnings? Anything other than this? We have talked a lot. Oh, how is PLD looking? PLD. Let's look for energy with all this war going on. This is no prologue is not an energy, right? Sorry, I'm bad. Uh, do we have any energy companies reporting? Infosys is reporting, CSS is reporting, JB Hunt is reporting, INS-FITB, ALI, MBWM, SNB, LBRT. Anything, folks, that we missed? Anything big? Okay, how is transportation going to be? Oh, JB Hunt is looking so bad here. Okay, JB Hunt is really down here below the cloud. And look at the. And one more thing which will give you an indication of this cloud, which is going negative here. How does it look for GS? GS, I wanted to check. You see that this cloud is telling me that the future is bullish, right? So now you know that this is also an indication, folks. Again, this is not 100% accurate, but what I've seen is whenever this cloud is positive, it tends to go up. You look for JB Hunt, it's looking bearish. It is looking bearish and it can go down further. Okay, that kind of a thing I'm talking about. Then if you look for MS, how is MS looking? MS is also, it is looking bullish here in the future, but it's looking bearish in the intermediate term. Whenever you see this bearish terms, it will like go down. So you need to buy enough time for these things. Like, for example, this guy is turning bullish only after 10 candles. So you want to buy enough time and those kind of things, right? So think like that, think about this Ichimoku cloud is very popular. It will tell you the futuristic also. So you want to look into those things. Then Netflix, you see that same thing. I know I'm going back and forth, but I wanted to tell you these concepts so that you can be your own traders. So look at this. This is a bullish thing, right? Bullish cloud throughout. So this is looking very bullish. How is Meta looking? Meta will also tell you some indication. Meta is also looking bullish for. So you can bet a little bit on it, saying that, hey, this is looking bullish, so I will be bullish until this, right? Those kind of things. And Apple, why I'm not liking that is this cloud is very, very bearish, but this is giving me mixed signals. So that is what I am refusing to say that this is a good one, right? That's what it is. But again, this is like a clear breakout. So it could go up to here and then fall down. Crossing this cloud would be a little bit thing. First, buying something under the cloud is not a good sign, which I would not buy because the move is not going to be fast. But again, if this turns positive, then we can go here. Okay. So I think pretty much we covered most of the things, folks. Ethereum and BTC we covered. We covered the levels. We covered Max 7. We covered the indices. What else? So how is SPY looking? SPY is looking bullish too. So that means we are going to have a positive week. You see the SPY, it is still not turned bearish at all anywhere. You see that the SPY is still bullish. So that's what the first levels we need to see is this one, 521, 532, and then we have to see if it can go if Athletics going forward. Okay. So those kind of things, folks. So this will also tell you a little bit of indication where is this going. QQQ, what about IWM? IWM is also looking bullish. So that means this might bounce from here, I believe, to the next level. But look at this convergence. It is converging here. That means it's turning, maybe it's like trying to turn bearish. But if you look for QQQ, no convergence yet. So it is going parallel, in parallel, or if it is either divergence or parallel, that's good. But the moment you have some convergence, watch out for that. Those kind of things. Okay. So any questions other than that? Oscar, hope you got enough information about trading, how to look at it. Like you have any other questions about trading? We can talk about it today if you want.
Yeah, actually, Oscar dropped off there about 20 minutes, 10 minutes.
The one who is asking, oh, okay. I'm not sorry, I'm not checking who is there here.
Sure.
But who are there here? Shini Ramakant. Okay. Oh, Shinia. Okay. Hey, Shini. How are you, Ramampali? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. I'm doing good.
All right, guys. So that is so BTC and Ethereum. Keep a watch on it. You might see a more fall before. Oh, by the way, also that coin. Coin, I thought it was bullish. Coin is like this, folks. So let's draw these lines again. Anyway, let's see if it's forming a triple bottom anywhere. If not, then we will take off. So I don't think this is having a triple bottom, but it has to form a triple bottom. We have to see at this level, will it form a triple bottom? So there is a little bit more fall here, 239. So if it raises from here, so that means it will form 25, it formed from 37.5 and it might, where does it go? So that's the next question we have to ask ourselves. So that means it can go up to 300. So that is where we are looking at, folks. So this, if it can stay this level, if not this level, then wait, this is not right also. Let me do this. This is the better level, right? Oh no, so this is not the, wait, I'm not drawing it correctly. This is the low 193.88. Yeah. So you see that it just came to this line, folks. The yesterday's drop came down to this line, and this cloud is looking very bullish. So we are looking at what 25. So if it goes up, we might see 308. Or if it waits for longer with the earnings, I don't know. So, but usually when it forms a triple bottom, the moves are very fast. So I'm thinking maybe 300 is in the cards for coin. So coin is like looking very bullish. So why if coin is moving, why BTC is not moving? That's what I'm trying to see. But am I missing something here? That's what I don't know. So, but yeah, here also it is looking very bullish. So I am the cloud is looking very bullish on BTC. So what am I missing here? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Wait a minute, guys. Sorry. So this is 59,008. This is 60,870. Sorry, folks. My bad. Whoa, this is looking bullish. All right. So if I draw these lines, so the first level is this level, right? So the first level, the wedge has to be formed here. It will go to the 69,000, and then like if it crosses that, where is the next level it is going to go? So the next level will be. Is there a level bigger than this? No. So what is it? Wow. So this is the level, folks, 78,000. So 77,000 is the level. Sorry, I misled all of them. I didn't see this level. I misread it. So 77,812 is the next level that is BTC is holding it for. But first it has to cross through this wedge, which is at 69,050. Okay. So, and this is beautiful, folks. This is triple bottom. And we might see this move to the here and this one. Similarly for Ethereum. Wait, 70. So Ethereum is coming back strong here. Is there a better level than this? Low 2905, 2907. This is the low, right? 2870. No, this is 2873. Yeah, this is the level. So if Ethereum crosses this, then the next level will be this one, right? So that's what we are looking at. So now the next level will be where? Wow, 4,140. So it needs to cross 3,278 and this wedge, which is 3,647, and then we are forming this higher high. So yeah, that makes sense. When the market is planning to go up, why would these two things go down? I'm sorry, folks. Initially, I've made a mistake in looking at the levels. Okay. So that's out, folks. So watch out for those levels and go from there. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Srini.
Yeah.